Hello, 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 hello. I'm so glad you came to play. Can you tell by my voice that I am very nice? And I'm oh so glad you're in the house. Thanks for tuning in to Larger Curves tonight. Thank you. So glad you took a minute to come by. Let's chill on that while I do what I do. I just had two. Let's see. We have Latavia. Jay was in the house first. Latavia J was in the house first. I hope you smashed that like button on your way in, Latavia. Thank you for being in the house tonight. And one who cares, what? One who cares came through. Oh my goodness. You know I love you, one who cares. Thank you so much for coming through. Thank you for coming through. Okay, can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? Mic check one, mic check two, on the ones and twos. Can you hear me? Can use? All right, all right. Smash that like button, smash the subscribe button. If you haven't already, hit that bell so you can get notified next time I upload a video. All right. You know, I'm growing this larger curvy community over here. And we talk about all different sorts of things and happenings and whatnots. And so, you know, in my reviews, I'm always approaching things from a different way. So when I do my reel tonight, forgive that it's out of order because it's out of order. What's going on? All right. It's out of order. We'll get into that soon. Again, thanks for tuning into Larger Curves. I don't know if you are new here. Thank you for being here. If you're a repeat engager, you know I love you. Thank you so much. I always appreciate your energy and your support. So thank you. So let's see. Tonight I am reviewing and recapping. That's really what it is. A real quick recap, not more than like 30 minutes, because I have a different point of view. You know I do. So like I'm hearing what the ladies are saying, but what I'm also knowing is that other stuff happened too. So that confirms my other theory that I said in the first recap of the show, which is that you know, the Dr. Cone Tessa specifically is using Dr. Heavenly for her storyline. So I have some what I feel are a type of receipt to show the irony is one of the words of the day. Hypocrisy is one of the words of the day, and FOMO is one of the words of the day. So if in the reel you see these words, I want you to put the emoji of what's a good emoji for these things? Like that inspector looking dude, you know, if you can. The one that's like the investigator. Yeah, because we got to look at this. We got to look at the irony and the hypocrisy of what's going on over there in the Married to Medicine streets. Okay. So let's see. Let me add this to the stream. Shannon Van is in the house. What you say? That's right. Don't watch, but wanted to click the like. I appreciate that because Shannon Van is a fellow YouTuber. And so you should check out her channel if you don't know about her. And so, yeah, I appreciate the like. I appreciate you helping the algorithm and supporting my channel over here, Shannon Van. Yeah. You know, I was stalking your chat earlier, Shannon Van, on the Southern Charm, which I don't watch either, but happened to see a small snippet of. And so I was listening to you and your panel's insight By the way, I hope you feel better. And so that was interesting. So, yeah, thanks for stopping by, even though you don't really watch the show that we're about to go over here on Larger Curves. First, I want to, as always, go through the disclaimers, copyright disclaimer. Maybe I should do that a little slower. I don't know. Should I? Here, I might pause on it. Do I have to read it all the way? Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for the purposes such as criticism, comment, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, education, or personal use tips with the balance of favor of fair use. All right, so what I'm saying is what we're using this for is research. And specifically, we're going to research how irony, hypocrisy, and Fomo play into this particular episode of Married to Medicine, Season 9, Episode 2. So let's get into it. And I'm out of order, like I said. I was out of order because this was out of order what was going on. You guys know I'm a boopy over here. And as a hashtag boopy, I am a fan of Dr. Heavenly. That is the one next to the burgundy lady right here in the, I don't know if people can see you can't see my cursor. Anyway, so from my avatar to the other side, we have Quad. And then we have Dr. Heavenly, and then we have Dr. Simone, and then we have Toya, and then we have Dr. Contessa, and then we have Dr. Jackie, and then we have Anila. And the show is called Married to Medicine, and it's out of Atlanta. And yes, it's a really awesome show. Like it a lot. Support them if you can. Comes on Sundays right now. So irony, let's look at this. That's the expression of one's meaning, the language that normally signifies the opposite, typically for humorous or empathetic effect. So here we have Dr. Contessa, and I'm going out of order because this was really at the end of the episode, but we just need to get to it because Dr. Contessa is being quite ironic in this scene where she's whining to Toya of all people. Okay, she's whining to Toya of all people about Dr. Heavenly having a YouTube channel here in these YouTube streets. Shout out, you should go check her out. And so on her YouTube channel, after she hears what they say in the confessions, when she does the review of the show, will also say how she felt about her response is kind of like based off of like this new information that's been shown to her in these confessionals, right? So it's in response to things that they said that she was unaware of. And she says it in the reviewing of her show. So there's a hypocrisy happening also, though, because here we have Dr. Simone. And Dr. Simone is one to always go on her Instagram live and have super sloppy drunk lives, allegedly, on Instagram where they have visible drinking and then they talk trash about their castmates. But to them, it's not trash. To them, it is not trash. It's more of we were just being funny. But for some reason, when Dr. Heavenly says stuff, it's all of a sudden, she's being so mean, she's being so evil, she's so this, she's so that. But then they can also point to a time in each of their lives where she's been such a solid friend during such a harsh time that they know her true heart. So for them to still go here and say that Dr. Heavenly is like being like malicious, mean, or like somehow other than something that they have been also, is the irony and the hypocrisy of it all to me, you guys. So here we have Dr. Heavenly. She was having a Heavenly Beauty Supply opening in Atlanta. And so when she was having the opening, they had a purple carpet, they had the photo people outside, they had like local Atlanta celebrities. And here these ladies come with all this energy that, oh, she needs to be shut down. And here we're going to her place and commenting on that it used to be a church. So what, it used to be a church, at least it's something now, whatever. And is she also Dr. Heavenly in her store, she prides herself on, like, carrying a lot of black products. And she even allowed, congratulations is what I'm saying. Congratulations to Dr. Heavenly is the only thing that these ladies should have been saying, in my opinion, because they were low key, allegedly. Where's my banner? They were low key, allegedly. There. They were low key, allegedly being super shady, you know? So, anyway, so in the grand opening, the ladies each came out with wigs that they would never wear in real life. And to me, the wigs look like wigs. I mean, yes, this particular wig on this woman who's like a gynecologist doctor and is like, renowned in her field, you know. Oh, here's Dr. Contessa standing right next to Eugene. I mean, Dr. Damon, who's Dr. Heavenly's husband, who she's not talking to, but is also mad that Dr. Heavenly didn't ask her to be in the fashion show, where we have Dr. Jackie here serving us this. We have Dr. Jackie here serving us this. Yeah, so Dr. Contessa was right there. So Dr. Jackie, she was serving us these like diamond cutouts up and down her leg. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'll have you know that Dr. Heavenly is probably a woman over 50. And I wanted to know also, can anybody who watches this show, even in the replay, let me know why everybody had on these matching shirts? Was there a baseball game earlier that I didn't know about that they didn't show or something? I mean, I would have liked to see a baseball game, I see. And then I was like, Toya's hairdo in the confessional low key showed that she wanted to be in the hair show that she was talking trash about. Because her and Dr. Simone in their confessionals were saying things about it being ghetto, about it being hood. Oh, and of course, here is Quad. And when she went down the runway, she worked because that's what Quad does effortlessly, as always. And then Anila came out, and she wasn't even supposed to be in the show. She didn't have like a freaking wig on, you guys. This woman came out. Can you guys tell me what she was spraying? So here we have Quad working the runway. Work, work, work. Yes, Quad. And then we have Anila coming out, unscheduled in the show, but wanted to take part. And they did not edit it out. But what the actual F, Anila? She was spraying oil sheen, you guys. She was spraying oil sheen, and there was still a multiple of ladies that needed to come down the runway. And then here, I'm like, somebody has FOMO. And the somebody to me is Contessa, because Contessa, while she's mad at Heavenly and wants her to be persecuted for the things that she said in response to things that they've said on her YouTube channel, she also is like, why didn't she invite me to her show? I mean, I know I cut her off 6 months ago without saying a word, but she could have invited me to be in her hair show, That would have showed that she was really my friend. I guess she was never my friend. I'm like, oh my gosh, lady, are you laying it on thick, this thick? I mean, what are we making, sandwiches or something? I mean, you're putting it on so thick, lady. I mean, I like butter on my toast, but I mean, this is ridiculous, lady. I mean, you're really putting 10 on this 20, lady, Contessa. Anyway, here we have Mr. Right, and he was like a topic. You guys, I'm going to show you why Mr. Right was a topic. Let's go back right here real fast. Oh, so that's Gary with the T from Atlanta. And then we have some other stars profiles there. And here we have Mr. Right. So I just want to, hey, we're going to do a kudos to Dr. Heavenly, because that is really freaking credible that she is able to she's able to do all of these things. Look, I'm going through my sound effects, you guys. I'm looking for the one I always do, and I accidentally am touching these. There we go. Yes, that's for Dr. Heavenly, because did she not only did she open a not only did she open a freaking or a beauty supply, she opened it with contracts in place with Mr. Wright that we just saw, who's in charge of funeral homes in Florida, 25 of them. So she had her grand opening and already had this grand spectacular contract in place. And even that they're talking about, but right here, they were talking about Dr. Heavenly dropping it like she was hot. And Dr. Eugene said, she shouldn't be dropping it like she's 20 when she's 50. And I say STFU, because I say do what your knees will allow for as long as they'll allow you to do them whenever you feel like it, if the knees will allow. So with that being said, Dr. Eugene and Toya, I can feel why they're all over Dr. Heavenly, because they have that rivalry with Dr. Heavenly, and here's Dr. Toya. Not Dr. Toya, but Toya is a wife of Dr. Eugene, the man that she's been sitting next to in some of these pictures, right? So anyway, they have a little thing. So here's who has mofo. And this is Contessa. And Contessa is a doctor, and she wanted to be, so first she came on and she was a doctor, like a general medicine, I think. And then she, the next season, wanted to go be the attorney general. So she moved out of state and left her husband with their kids and went after her dream. And he was very supportive. And then we have her being, she came back and, oh, no. Also first, when she, in that first season, she was like, oh, I'm working so much. I have mom guilt. I want to be home with the kids. So during that first season, she went from being a full-time general practitioner person to being like, oh, I want to be home with the kids more. And then by season 2, she was like, I not only want to be doing my own thing more, being back in medicine, but I need to go out of state. So it was kind of like some more ironic and hypocrisy kind of vibes that I've been getting from Contessa. So, okay, let's see. So that's Contessa. And she has beef. It's all fake though. If you guys are watching the show, put a 5 in the chat if you think Contessa's beef with Dr. Heavenly about supposedly talking trash about them worse than they do in either lives or confessionals is valid. And then put a 3 in the chat if you think the opposite, okay, in the replay or right now. Because I personally think that it's BS. I feel like Contessa is using Dr. Heavenly for another storyline, because like I was just going through right here, she already went from being a full-time doctor, loving it, to, oh, I need to be home with the kids, to, oh, I want to go back to work, to, oh, I need to go out of state and go want to be the attorney general, to coming back and wanting to be a full-time person again. And then she wanted to open her own business with her husband, who she was supposedly having problems with. And she was saying all these things, and he was saying all these things about their marriage. And then also we were witnessing things as viewers. And then also at the reunion, things got really thick. He kind of had this moment where he kind of like stood really close to her. And it could have been like in a, like that. It didn't feel warm and loving. Let me just say that, as an observer. And so when Dr. Heavenly was asked a question about possible something, she was like, there's this that we've seen. That's all she was saying. There's this that we've seen. What was she supposed to do? Be like her, no, nothing, and act like we're not witnessing that? One thing about Dr. Heavenly, even if you don't like her, she gonna tell you the truth. She gonna tell you guys the truth, okay? And she can take it, and they should be able to take it better when they're dishing it out so much. Because this whiny one right here, Contessa, she went on Dr. Heavenly's YouTube and freaking even talked about this girl right here, Toya, in the t-shirt right here. She went on the YouTube channel she's whining about to her and talked about her with Dr. Heavenly. And now it's like, oh, she says all this horrible stuff on her YouTube channel. She needs to stop it. She needs to shut it down. She needs to shut it down. And the whole time, everybody has lives. Everybody speaks their mind whenever they feel like it on all of these casts over here in the Married to Medicine franchises. Had to wet my whistle. So, yeah, I feel like they have always spoken their mind in these off camera, in these Married to Medicine franchises. But this one right here, he's a scene stealer. This is Quad's nephew. Now, Quad is not Chris Maxwell's in the house. Chris Maxwell's in the house. Chris Maxwell's in the house. Hello, Chris Maxwell. How are you? So glad that you could come through. I'm so glad you are here too. Smash that like button if you haven't. So glad to have you go present. Thank you for coming through, Chris Maxwell. All right. Oh, and one who cares. All right. I gave you a really great shout out in the beginning, of course, because I saw you were second in the chat. When he cares. And I was like, so of course I already gave you love, but of course, more. And yes, Chris Maxwell, we're here. We're here. Okay, Chris Maxwell. Okay, here's what we're doing. What I need you to do is put your two fingers up like you're doing the peace sign, right? And then I need you to put your two fingers like right by your eyebrows. And then,
How you doing, sir?
Hey. Oh, wait. We can't have that talking yet. And then you're going to point at the screen and I'm going to point at the screen because we're there. We have an understanding. Chris Maxwell. Right? All right. Okay. Yes. It's all love. All of the love. Yes, it is. You know, you guys, I often feel like I should just have like a piano and a lounge somewhere. And my husband's always like, okay, not here. Because I will bust out in song and dance anywhere, you guys. Oh my goodness, right? Yes, we're here. Yes, okay. And look at this. I love this interaction, you guys. So I'm gonna just go back right here, real fast, right here. So then after the opening that they talked about the whole time, then she was like, she could have invited me to be in the show. She was still whining about being in the show. Now, it could have been editing. Lativia J was the first one in the house. Lativia J was the first one. Lativia J was the first one in the house. So glad you came to play, Lativia J. Yeah. You know, you guys, all of these are off top. Like, I swear I should make jingles for somebody if I could remember them later. Luckily, this is on live. So yeah, there's that. I'm feeling good tonight, you guys. I have my Bogle wine or Bogle. I don't know. It's Bogle. What's that? Bogle? Bogle? Yeah, that's one of my faves. One of my faves. I like a nice red. What y'all like? What y'all like? Okay. So anyway, let's get back to birdness. Back to birdness. Okay. So not only were these ladies like talking trash about her business and saying that it was ghetto and saying that it was hood and saying that only hookers would want the wigs in her store and talking about the location and saying that she was freaking that it used to be a church. Like, I don't know what that has to do with anything. I used to live in a house that was a church, and it was nice. It was nice. It had good energy in there. It was like this Buddhist church or something in Oakland. And yeah, so there's that story of my life. But the monks or nothing, they weren't there. Like, we bought the house after that. It was a small group of monks. So anyway, yes, feeling good as well. I got my hair cut. Oh, nice. I bet that looks nice. I love a good, nice, fresh cut, just enough to make a difference. Make people go, there's something different about you, huh? Right, right. It's always nice. So in this picture, we have Dr. Heavenly had asked all the ladies at the end of the night, not knowing that they were saying all this stuff, really. She's just being the hostess with the mostest as always, because she's every woman and every woman is in her, as she said in the beginning of the thingamajigget. So she asked everybody to come over, and Contessa, oh, that's Leah Diaz, you guys. So Leah Diaz is in the jean jacket on the end here in this picture underneath the StreamYard duck. That is Leah Diaz. If you don't know, she's from Married to Medicine, the Los Angeles franchise that didn't make it. And so she was married to an Egyptian psychologist or psychiatrist, I believe. And they've since divorced. And even on that show, her business was the Girl Cave Beauty Supply Store in LA. And she franchised it out, and Dr. Heavenly was one of her first franchises. And that's how Dr. Heavenly even came to be in the opportunity of having this beauty supply store, which her and her daughter run together. Mostly she's trying to get her daughter to do it as, like, a little business thing, right? Which is understandable. So kudos to that. The lady should have been doing kudos, but instead they talk trash and then whined about not being in the picture. They talked trash all night, and then were like, she could have asked me to be in the picture. I mean, really, that would have been a nice gesture if she wanted me to know that she was really my friend. So, okay, back to here. This little boy, does anybody remember Gary Coleman? I used to love Gary Coleman. What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Willis? Or Rodney Allen Ripple. Yeah, there was a couple little boys from back in the day who used to have movies in like the 70s and 50s and 70s and 60s and stuff, and they were super funny and super cute. And this little dude right here is such a scene stealer. He's such a scene stealer. Oh my god, he's such a scene stealer with his cute self, telling Quad, I don't want to take the bus. I don't want to take the bus because the people on the bus are maniacs. That's what he's saying right here with his little mouth like that. The people on the bus are maniacs, trying to talk his way into a ride to and from school. So that was a cute little scene. That actually happened before what I showed us. And then we also had a scene where Andrea, Miles' girlfriend, and Miles is the son of Dr. Simone, who was present at the night before, talking about it was the hood event and everything. Well, as it turned out, they were like giving the kids kudos, but the kids broke up, you guys. They got the reality curse. Cecil posted on his Instagram that Miles' relationship was affected by the reality relationship curse, and they unfortunately have since broken up. So there's that. But that was kind of cute, double dating with mom and dad. I am looking forward to that day as a parent. Y'all, I'm looking forward to the day as a parent to double date with my 20 something kids. Yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. Okay, okay. I can do that. I can do that. And then we have Mrs. Gomez, y'all. What about Mrs. Gomez? Mrs. Gomez, you guys. This is Mrs. Gomez. And this was Mrs. Gomez. Where has she been all of our episodes? This is Anila's second season, and this is the first I'm really seeing of Mrs. Gomez, and she made them a nice dinner, and she was like, I'm out. I got my own family business. And they were like, what do you mean your own family business? What do you need? More money? She's like, no, I'm going to my family. And I do not think these two are acting, you guys. I think that was like a real scene because they looked like and acted very shocked and real and raw. And I'm willing to chalk it up to that. A lot of people are feeling like that perhaps Anila came off a little snobbish. But to me personally, they were just definitely were not acting. And I can see your first thought being, oh, what about this is a scene that I had already talked about when I just wanted you guys to see it IRL, right? Like, don't take my word for it. See what I was saying. I'm not even lying about what I was saying. I'm not even really biased. Like, I just like Dr. Heavenly, yeah. But I'm not like extremely biased about what I just put down. So this is Contessa next. So Dr. Heavenly has the red hair. Next to Dr. Heavenly is Dr. Contessa. Then we have Dr. Simone. I don't know who that lady in the leopard is. The white lady is Dr. Carrie. No, is Carrie. And she is the wife of somebody. She was the wife of a doctor the first time she was on the show. And now she's the girlfriend of somebody. And then we have Toya with the rum shirt on. And she is the wife of somebody. So in this scene, you have 4 people that are not in the show. And Dr. Heavenly saying, well, we haven't really been talking, like just saying real stuff.
There's plenty of people dying these days. I will give it to her. It's a great contract to have.
Okay, Kate, you first.
So they were even talking stuff about her having
and where on earth they want to get a nice, cheesy, cheap wig? Heavenly Beauty.
Seems like they didn't need to say all that, y'all.
I mean, can I get all my ladies up front? We're taking pictures.
That would have been a nice little, like, olive branch, right?
It would have been. Contessa, you don't even like her right now. I do think it's just a matter of y'all having a conversation. I mean, seriously.
Can y'all bring everybody in the back for the pictures? One, everybody come to the back.
Why? Why am I coming to the back? To do what?
To congratulate.
She's so duplicitous, you guys.
This would not be this without my man, Dr. Damon.
Just take the picture and be positive.
Yeah.
I will give it to her. It's a great. You push on social media.
They are so hilarious.
To see.
So here we go, you guys.
Dog the hell out of somebody. Friends, but reference laboratory. We're waiting for the results to come back from the other.
So that was footage from that episode that I was just recapping, right? And it was about the specific scene that I recapped where I thought it was really ironic, the way that they can be all flip-floppy and talk trash, but then Dr. Heavenly is held to a higher standard, but they know it's Dr. Heavenly, but they talk to her and treat her like, and say things as if she's in a lower status because she's, as they put it, just a dentist, but it's still got doctor in front of it. You know what I'm saying? Put some respect on her name. You know what I'm saying? And Toya, let's see what Make It Make Sense says, this is Heavenly's show. It should be renamed Married to Heavenly. Yes, that's true. And then he said, if Toya knows anything, it's a cheap wig. Hello. Moreover, she makes designer clothes look cheap too. She does. Everything she wears looks like she got it at the swap meet. A lot of her stuff looks swap meet. And then she's like, oh, when you hear the price of it, you're like, really? You know, it's one of those reallys. It's like, really? You know? Really, Toya? $5,000 for that shirt? Really? Okay. You know, it's one of those reallys. But the hypocrisy also is that in that scene, we saw the ladies talking trash about how Dr. Heavenly talked trash about them, but they also did it. So this right here, this footage right here, this footage right here, right here, this footage right here, this right here, this is footage of Simone, the one in the glasses on the end, Dr. Simone, who's also an OBGYN. And I say also because I already said that Dr. Jackie is an OBGYN. And then we have in the middle, we have, I think her name is Lisa. And then we have on the end, Carrie. So these three ladies had a live, and they've had other lives. And this is the live that they had where they're like pretty much talking a lot of trash about Dr. Heavenly. And this is after all the trash they talked about her on the show, like they body shamed her constantly. They told her she was breaking the horse. They acted like her pants don't zip up. They constantly talk about her hair. So now she has a beauty supply. And now they're like, oh, she only has cheap wigs. But no, she has the $1,500 ones. She has the $2,000 ones too. But she was trying to show like everybody can have one, I'm sure. So that was a big gulp, huh? So anyway, so these ladies are talking trash. Listen.
And it was just a tough time for everybody.
So Lisa Nicole explanation of the live. Jackie was on Watch What Happens Live. Why is Carrie here? Just hush. Hey, Dr. Simone. Carrie has been giving the shade all season, and I'm going to keep giving it, but it's good shade.
Carrie has some good, fun shade.
Light shade. I'm not hurting it.
Okay, so let's listen to the irony and hypocrisy of that statement. That Carrie's shade is fun and light somehow. And that Dr. Heavenly's shade is different than Carrie's shade. And the things that that Carrie has said about Dr. Heavenly, she called her the help. She said that, and then she's going to try to clean it up. I even have the clip. And then she talked about her weight. She makes sexual thingies about her husband, like sexual overtones about her husband, and disrespects their relationship, in my opinion, because Dr. Heavenly asked her to keep her nigga's name out of her mouth. Not her niggas, but her doctor's name out of her mouth, because it doesn't belong there, Carrie. And Carrie can't even respect that line. But then also Dr. Heavenly revealed that Carrie calls her and is like, oh, Dr. Heavenly, let's give it to him this season on the show. And so they have an understanding, as far as I understand, allegedly.
But, anyway, the next thing was that we planned the girls trip with Lisa Nicole loaning us her RV and hiring a driver. So that was really nice of you to loan us your RV. But in retrospect,
I hope you smash that like button and smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit that bell so you can get notified next time I upload a video.
Some of which don't. Right.
And Heavenly almost got kicked off.
Oh, I wanted her off.
I know.
I wanted her the hell off of my RV.
You made that very clear.
Oh my God. And I think, why?
What if we confront her, not confront her, do an intervention, right? She's gonna say, I'm sorry. I'm just playing. And I was just playing.
Great idea. We now have got to sit Heavenly down and say, hey, little girl, you've got to see all the things that you've done. And then you've got to answer for your behavior.
The irony of this is that Toya has been in fistfights with people and expects forgiveness and grace. And the same grace isn't being extended to Dr. Heavenly, if it were even warranted. I think they're making a big to-do of nothing, actually, you guys. Uh-oh. Me just saying a big to-do of nothing makes my English pop out. Uh-oh. All right, there. So we might be going in and out of English tonight. If you can still understand me, put a 1 in the chat. All right? All right. So then we have Toya. And Toya's just, itty-bitty bolting about, right? And she's always having something to say. And what she says is usually a projection of what she has going on there, yeah? And when I say it like that, what I'm saying is that she's saying right here in this scene, very scene right here that I'm showing to you, she's saying that she has to be accountable and this and that, and oh, just forgive me, and she doesn't have a right to just say she's sorry, but then turns around and expects the right just to say she's sorry. I got proof of what I'm saying here.
And that's really sad.
I bet you if I called Simone, she would be in. What up, though, girl? What you doing?
Just driving.
Hey, Simone. I thought you had a good time. Right. So I'm gonna let her update you on what we've been doing.
I was thinking about staging intervention with Heavenly.
What are you going to do to make her face how she makes us feel?
I was thinking about doing this. Assembling Heavenly's greatest hits. You know, she's hit us.
And listen at this. They're saying they're literally having a meeting because they want to tell Heavenly how they feel because of what she says on her YouTube channel. After on the show and in their confessionals, they've said on par at least. And I believe my on par example is correct. On par meaning equal to, tandem with, equivalent, at least. I don't think anything she says lately has been as vicious as some of the things that they say too. You know, you can say a lot, but you can't say that she can dish it, but she can't take it out. When you're the one who's literally dishing it and expecting for her to, anyway, you know what the hell I'm saying. Let's finish this reel.
Over and over again with the stuff on YouTube.
Right.
And I would love to get everybody together for us to sit down and just in a very loving but direct and clear way.
Okay, the one that's talking right there, Contessa just said about the YouTube channel, she's been on the YouTube channel, y'all. She went on the YouTube channel with Dr. Heavenly as a guest. And when asked about Toya, who she's sitting there talking and whining to, said some things that were less than favorable her own self. If they're talking about things that were being said that could have been unfavorable, and if they can get over it, then why can't Contessa allow Dr. Heavenly the opportunity to get over it without trying to make her specifically take it back? Like, I don't know. I like that Dr. Heavenly has her YouTube channel. And just like Candy has her YouTube channel, you know? If you want a YouTube channel, get a freaking YouTube channel, y'all. That's what life is about. Do what you do. Shine your light. Do your talent. Express yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like for these ladies to be pretending like she should somehow try to cap what she has going on and stop it because of their feelings when they never consider her feelings is ridiculous to me. And I just am like, the hypocrisy and irony of it all.
Because it hurts us.
But maybe she just doesn't give a damn.
Heavenly is like that wild bull who will run you over. Now, she will come back with her little fake apology and start all over tomorrow as if it were Groundhog Day.
Multitude of reasons. Number one, after watching the episode, it just didn't sit right in my spirit.
Oh, really?
And I snapped out on.
Oh, really? So here's my example of the hypocrisy. What Dr. Simone just said was she'll expect to say what she says and then just do one of her fake apologies. And here, I want you to see one of Toya's fake apologies while we're talking about fake apologies, because I haven't seen any Dr. Heavenly's fake apologies, you know.
My homegirl Lisa really early on in the video, and then it wasn't even funny. you know. And Lisa, I owe you an apology, and I'm doing it live because the video was live. And Lisa has no clue that I'm doing this. And so I just want to say to Lisa publicly, girl, that I am sorry. I should not have cursed at you because that was not cool. It was not for you. It was just misguided frustration. You and I both had just watched the episode, and it just tore me up to even watch the episode. And to be honest with you, it was tearing me up. Then it's tearing me up now. I just want to say sorry.
So you guys, she is allowing herself the opportunity to be vulnerable and say she's sorry and expecting that it should be enough. And all I'm saying as a boopy is, why not let Heavenly do that too? You guys don't even make room for that though.
Me. And I guess I gotta be okay with it because I signed up for it.
Right? She's gonna say,
And it's tearing me up now. I just want to say I'm sorry. I guess I gotta be okay with it because it's truly not. All right, y'all. This season has been very difficult for me to watch. Partly because it is truly not me. And I guess I gotta be okay with it because I signed up for it. But I will say this.
You guys, did that statement, am I tripping? Or did that statement say that she understands the assignment of characters played on this show and that's what they signed up for? So basically excusing herself acting out as something they signed up for because it's a show. That's what I kind of got from it. And again, if you're on a show and you're able to produce a certain character, Toya, then why are you so heavy on Dr. Heavenly's channel unless it's all fake because you understand the assignment, like I'm saying. So you need to just go ahead and get your own businesses together, Toya. Stop looking at what Dr. Heavenly is doing and hating on it and do your own thing, because she said she would put you on in her store, Toya. She said if you get that skincare line that you said you was working on when you said you was working on it, if you got some products, she would clear a shelf for you at her beauty supply store, at her Heavenly Beauty Supply store, Toya. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really sure why you want to be able to apologize, but you don't want your girl to be able to apologize.
I take friendships authentically, realistically. I'm not perfect in my friendships. None of the women I've ever been friends with were they perfect either. But we have to agree to disagree sometimes. But what I'm not gonna do is lay a dirty track of words that are not retractable down for the public. And anything you want to say to me that's mean, that's hateful, and you want to do it in text or my direct message, that's fine. I mean, she was blocked part of the time and couldn't reach me, but at least she could just get some shit off her mind.
For me,
and we're adults. We're grown women. We're professional. We know how to use our words. And I'm sorry that I've gotten loud in Lisa's home.
I just don't like her saying things that I can't defend myself for. You know, she'll say things and I go, I'm not there to defend myself. So that's all. If you've got something to say it to my face, and then I'll give you some.
Okay, you guys, this is a cackle of pot meeting black. Okay, did I say it right? Isn't that the kettle calling the pot black? Isn't that the pot calling the kettle black? Something. It's something, y'all. When these three ladies can sit up here and say what they just said and be talking about Dr. Heavenly too.
Well, I think it's so much easier though to get on a platform like this one and just talk about somebody and shady. And listen, I don't have anything. I don't like what Heavenly is doing on social media and on that platform with dogging me out. I don't like it, and will not call her up to try to reconcile a friendship until she fucking stops it. Once she stops it and acts like a grown woman and acts like somebody who respects herself, then I will call her up and initiate something. But I'm not doing it a day before then.
Yeah, she gotta stop, because you say I'm sorry, but then you go right back and do the same thing again. That apology was bogus. It wasn't sincere.
And if I were doing something,
They're totally exaggerating, you guys.
That warranted this behavior, I would be the first one to step up to the plate and own it, but I'm not doing that. And so
I actually like Heavenly. I respect her. I think she's done really well. I have a lot of great things to say about her. I just don't like a lot of the stuff that comes out of her mouth, especially about me. So.
Well, that's
so.
Okay.
Would you guys agree that she's definitely a bully?
I don't know about a bully.
You see how they're trying to drive a narrative? I'm glad Carrie has sense. Let's listen to what Carrie said one more time. Because Lisa really is hating you guys.
I actually like Heavenly. I respect her. I think she's done really well. I have a lot of great things to say about her. I just don't like a lot.
That's Carrie Wells speaking, you guys. Carrie Wells.
Well, that's
so.
Okay.
Would you guys agree that she's definitely a bully?
No.
I don't know about a bully. I wouldn't say she's a bully. I think she is a
I don't drink
mouthpiece
tequila. I drink
for
vodka.
some people, and I think she doesn't think that her words have consequences. So she says a lot of stuff that she goes, "Oh, did I really say that? Oh, I'm not mean. I don't mean to be mean."
I don't know.
But she is mean.
I
and
think
it does
the
hurt.
philosophy that hurt people.
And then that. Like, how is she mean, but you guys aren't? I've heard them, as a viewer, say some mean shit behind Heavenly's back and semi to her face on this show. And they give as good as they get. So again, why are they doing these lives to counteract the live when the live was also part of the content on her live that Dr. Simone with the glasses on the end is talking about is because Dr. Simone's husband, Cecil, got in the mix and he freaking said some shit on social media towards Dr. Heavenly. And instead of Dr. Simone shutting her husband down and trying to make nice with her so-called friend, Dr. Heavenly, she let him go on a rampage, okay? And then was mad at Dr. Heavenly for talking back about it. In my opinion, allegedly. So, here.
Hurt people is real with
Yeah.
Heavenly.
Yeah.
And I just think, I don't know, I'm living a life that's full. I have some stresses and
Oh, somebody
Thank
said
you,
something
Skiwi
that I think you should
87.
address.
No.
Heavenly said that you and Dr. Jackie's friendship was fake on her last live. That's what somebody just said.
My
That's
friendship
crazy.
with Dr. Jackie, we're going to address that at reunion actually. So stay tuned.
Tune in.
That was it.
We're gonna get out of here. And the reason that I'm gonna rush us on off, close it out, because Cecil has been known to run his mouth a minute too long, say something and get us all in trouble, or ask some ridiculous question that gets us all in trouble.
Go ahead and ask a question, Cecil.
So, I was just talking. My thing was muted, y'all. My wine glass is almost gone. So is this live almost over. So, like I said earlier, I have my receipts to support my theory about the research we were doing on irony and hypocrisy and how fear of missing out was being played out in this particular episode of Married to Medicine, season 9, episode 2. So I said earlier that the beef that started with Dr. Simone and Dr. Heavenly was because of her husband, Cecil. And I just semi-proved it. Let's go right here. Let's see.
We're going to get out of here. And the reason that I'm going to rush us on off, close it out, because Cecil has been known to run his mouth a minute too long, say something and get us all in trouble, or ask some ridiculous question that gets us all in trouble.
Go ahead and ask a question, Cecil.
You got it.
So you heard it straight from her right there, acknowledging that her husband has been known in the past to be the starter of some BS on these lives. And that is a platform. And they did it. And then Dr. Heavenly did it. And now they're acting like Dr. Heavenly is bad for doing it. Whatever. And Dr. Heavenly does talk trash. I'm not saying that, you guys. Obviously, I can hear. She does talk her little ish. She be joning, as she puts it. And it's funny for show. Just like Toya just said in her thing when her crying apology. Just like Toya said, that's what she signed up for, you guys. That's what she signed up for. She understands the assignment. If people are in these streets crazy enough to entertain Lisa Rinna's likes, if people in these streets are crazy enough to entertain, I don't know, who else can I think of as bad as Lisa Rinna? Because Lisa Rinna is pretty terrible bad in my opinion. Allegedly. I heard something about hashtag the Julian affair, and it had to do with Harry Hamlin today. Yeah, I heard something about that. That was horrible. I didn't even know she was like that. Anyway, allegedly. So back to the show. So you heard my confirmation receipt of Dr. Simone admitting that her husband says stuff that gets them in trouble.
Not a minute too long, say something and get us all in trouble.
That at reunion, actually.
I'm going to rush us on off, close it out, because Cecil has been known to run his mouth a minute too long, say something and get us all in trouble, or ask some ridiculous question that gets us all in trouble.
Go ahead and ask a question, Cecil.
You got it.
So he can ask a question, but Dr. Heavenly can't answer a question, y'all. Hello? And he's like a subunit of the show. He's not even like a main character because he's not a doctor, right? So the show more centers around his wife right here, who's pictured in her Spellman sweatshirt. Anyway.
So if you had to cut.
No. Let me say that I would not cut a soul.
So I do have a question.
Okay.
How do you feel about Amila?
So Anila was an interesting addition.
Is she gonna shake it up? She gonna be different, huh?
She gonna shake some shit up. But she's funny. She is so funny. I just hope the Indians don't come and get her.
I do think it's interesting.
Carrie, would you take back calling Jackie and Heavenly the help at the whole
let's clear that up right there, because I do want to talk about this. That was
So you guys, you heard earlier, I said part of the reason I wasn't digging for Carrie is because she can say that her comments are light and snarky and happy and, they're not harmful. But she called the Black women the help. Doctors, they're doctors. She's a freaking wife of a used to be doctor. No, she's the ex-wife of a doctor. And she's calling these two Black doctors the help at the party last year. And you know how fast editing went back and protected that lady? They went back so fast. It was so hard to find a copy of that. It might be in my iCloud someplace because I need to pull it out. But I don't really need to pull it out because we're about to hear Carrie with her own mouth say, she's going to say that she didn't say it, But then at the very end, I need you to listen to every word she says, all the way through to the very end of what she says. Because then in the very end, she says, but if I did. So she knows she did. That's all I'm saying. Let's listen.
I take friendships authentically, realistically. I'm not perfect to reconcile a friendship until she fucks that's full. I have some stresses and
somebody said something that I think you should address.
Was that you all were going to be throwing paint on each other.
Heels.
You could.
Son, I can't even see.
It said that you and Dr. Jackie's friendship was fake.
Here we go. Sorry.
That's what somebody just said.
My friendship with Dr. Jackie, we're going to address that at reunion actually. So stay tuned. Tune in.
That was it. We're going to get out of here. And the reason that I'm going to rush us.
Make this right. She was right.
Yeah.
Make this
So if you had to cut,
she gonna shit. What happened is I'm at the bottom of the hill, they're at the top.
She gonna shake it up. She
Okay,
gonna be
here it
different,
is
huh?
for real, you guys. Wait.
But she's
Wait.
funny.
Wait. Sebastian Shade's in the house? That's right. Sebastian Shade is in the house. Sebastian Shade. You know what? And my bad, because I don't think I gave one of these to Make It Make Sense is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Make It Make Sense is in the house. I love it when he drops by. Check him out if you haven't already. He has a channel. Check it. Check it 1, check 2. Make It Make Sense. That's right. Thank you guys for your support. I appreciate you. So listen, you guys.
She is so funny. I just hope the Indians don't come and get her.
Okay. I do think it's interesting.
You know, Carrie, would you take back calling Jackie and Heavenly the help at
Okay,
the Holy
let's
Mess
clear
Drive?
that up right there because I do want to talk about this. That was a complete misconception. I did not call them the help. I would never call them the help. Jackie even called me and said, how can I help you clear this up? Jackie was very cool about it. What happened is I'm at the bottom of the hill, they're at the top, they're coming down. Heavenly was wearing her Kmart jeans and top. So she's got baggy jeans and top and they've got masks on. I can't even see their faces. She looked like a waiter. And so I said, is that Jackie and Heavenly or someone that works here?
She's lying. She said, oh, is that the help? Ha 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 ha.
Nothing about race. It was to do with her little Kmart outfit that she was bragging about. She had a Kmart,
Now we all did wear
she didn't mind it
clothes.
getting,
We didn't mind getting messed up.
I
Because
really
it was
did.
messed up.
Yeah.
Point. That was the point.
Coming to the
Delicious 28 says, hey guys, what is Simone talking about? She's been a hater for the last 2 seasons and I can't stand Lisa, right? Shout out to Baylicious 28 for coming through Larger Curves. Thank you for being in the house tonight, for coming to play. That's right. Hope you smash that like button and smash the subscribe button on your way in, you curvies. Thank you so much for being part of my beautiful community over here on Larger Curves. So yeah, Simone is talking about some talking, okay? She's saying, she's proving my point about the hypocrisy and irony of most of their fake beef with Dr. Heavenly this season, and how in these lives that they're talking in, they are doing exactly what they are saying Dr. Heavenly does. So why have her stop if you guys are perpetuating it by doing it? Right? That's what I'm saying. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I love your energy too. Mwah. All right. Okay. Yeah. And Lisa, I can't stand her either. You know what I'm saying? Lisa always comes through like she just feels like her businesses are always like, okay, Lisa, where's the rest of it? It's kind of like She by Sheree, you know? And it's like we're still waiting for like the people to get their test results, Lisa. Like, And so why was Dr. Heavenly to blame for your test results not coming when you said they would come, and her saying the test results didn't come when you said? Like, what's the problem? What's the problem? Ooh, another big gulp. All right. Let's keep it moving. We only have a couple more minutes. Thank you guys for hanging out.
Gonna be throwing paint on each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah. You couldn't, but you.
Nice.
And that stuff didn't come out.
Well, why did you wear nice jeans knowing that they were gonna get messed up and really throwing paint on each other?
Yeah.
Heels.
You couldn't.
She looked like a waiter. And so I said, is that Jackie in Heavenly or someone that works here? It was nothing about race. It was to do with her little Kmart outfit that she was bragging about. She got a Kmart.
Now we all did wear.
And she didn't mind it.
Clothes we didn't mind getting messed up.
That's the point
That was the point
of coming to the party, was that you all were gonna be throwing paint on each other.
Yeah.
Heels.
You couldn't, but you.
Nice jeans.
And that stuff didn't come out.
Well, why did you wear nice jeans knowing that they were gonna get messed up? And did they get messed up?
Yeah, they got messed up. The clothes I wore, they did not wash out. And the
So I
thing
didn't call them the help. I would never do that. But if I did, I would apologize to them. Jackie called me. She's like, how can I help you make this right? She was right.
Yeah. It was, what was funny about that holy party is that every last one of us put one of those caps on because we did not want all that color in our hair.
That would be a mess to get out.
Oh my God. It was just.
I ruined my jeans. I was a total idiot.
Even Carrie had on the cap. Do you know much about a bonnet?
Hey, I'm going to protect my hat. I want to
Somebody said they had the comment that they heard reality TV is hard. And what I tell people is,
I started some stuff like when we were at the birthday party. Carrie and I.
So she's admitting that they be starting stuff, but when Heavenly finishes it, it's a problem. And then they pretend like she can't finish it.
Always you gotta respect the boundaries, that's all.
Yeah.
And the same rules have to apply for everything. People say that I started some stuff like when we were at the birthday party. Carrie and I were making some jabs about Heavenly being on the pony. Okay. We take. I own it. We did talk about the pony. The back was dipping down. It was light shade, guys. Okay. It was
so
mild.
one of the things I didn't realize.
You see how they keep saying that their shade is light? Like, what the fuck are they talking about? Shade is shade. Well, on a very super hot day, you do prefer dark shade as opposed to light shade, because light shade does mean you will be a little hotter under shaded area. Okay, so if it's dark shade, then you know that it will warrant you a little cooler respite from the sun, in my gathering of sun rays research. Anyway, let's go on.
Was that when Heavenly came into your home at the town hall planning dinner, you
like Mim said, this should be called the Heavenly, Married to Heavenly.
I totally missed it.
But listen,
totally missed it.
That is because Heavenly and I had an exchange of texts that week, right? And Heavenly sent me all the pictures from me being on the horse. Now, I admit, I had put on about 10 pounds in that pandemic. For real.
Well, weight gain in pandemic.
Heavenly sent me all the pictures from me being on the horse. Now, I admit, I had put on about 10 pounds in that pandemic. For real.
Well, weight gain in pandemic was
right. The quarantine 15 was real. Yeah. And so, yeah, maybe my shirt was a little bit blousy and you could see my stomach. But she was like telling me that the pounds only showed on me. And I was like, no, the pounds show on everybody. You know, and she was like, you're 4'5". I was like, I'm 5'1". Right? I'm not 4'5", I'm 5'1". And then she said she was 150 pounds or something like that. You can see the text there on Twitter. So we had an inside agreement that she was going to get on the scale because I thought she was lying about 150 pounds.
Right.
And she was going to measure to see if I was really 5'1". She was lying. She ain't no 150 pounds.
No, she's not.
But it was all in fun.
Yeah.
It was all in fun, y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all got, if y'all
Oh,
can take
that comment, I got to.
You see that? How theirs can all be in fun, how it's light, how it's this. Now, as a boopy, part of why I'm a boopy is because I feel like Heavenly Shade is also in fun. I feel like it's, light shade. I feel like it's, not so bad. I feel like it's happy, fun shade. I feel like it's, all the adjectives that they've been allowing for themselves. I get that from Heavenly because on her flip side, y'all, she's doing things to back up her heart chakra vibe, right? So like I said, she understands the assignment on Married to Medicine, right? So she says what she says. She has her one-liners. She does what she does, right? And then we have her philanthropic side, her business side, her, not only on her YouTube channel does she spend her time talking trash about these ladies, she also doesn't give financial advice. And she also, talks about the business of love. And her and Dr. Jackie used to go on and do their show. That was a really cute show. I hope they start doing it again. And when her and Jackie were doing the show, she would say little stuff about her castmates and everything. But they never were like, oh, stop doing the show when Jackie was doing it with her. But now that she's doing it by herself and she has over 100,000 subscribers, they're all like, oh, you need to stop. You need to stop. And truth be told, I didn't put the images. I meant to. I have them. I'll make another reel another day. I'm sure after tomorrow's episode, I'll have a reason to put them up. Because just like the jealousy that's revealed by this fake intervention that they want to do, we're going to look at their numbers on social media and see who's where and see where some of this green-eyed monster might be coming from. Yes, because IMO, BT Dub, these ladies have a bit of the green-eyed monster coming out. Yeah, they do. They all went and put their She-Hulk contacts in. Yeah, they did. Poor little mommies. They can talk trash, but they don't want Heavenly talking trash back because her words hurt. Ow. Her words sting. Ow. Oh, why is she so mean and bully? Ow. But they can sit there and say that she breaks horses and try to talk about her relationship. That is practically perfect, you guys, because she hasn't given us all the ammunition against their relationship that she could on a reality platform. And I feel like it's in her best interest not to, because it's not worth it, y'all. We are not worth it as viewers. We don't live their lives. We don't have to sleep with them at night. We don't have to retire with them when they're older. You know what I'm saying? So if they can leave this reality game intact, and the reason they left intact is because they didn't overshare their personals, then I say kudos. You beat the snake, because the snake often chases its tail just like a little puppy. You've seen that symbol. But anyway, let's finish up, y'all. Let's finish up.
Card. That was
fun.
Hilarious.
That was fun. That was
like when did Uber start issuing out cards? That was funny.
This is from last season when it all started.
It didn't seem like it went forever.
So this live, Baylicious, is from last season. So this season is just starting. We're in season 9, episode 2. So we're 2 episodes in. And the lady in the glasses right here is right now in the current episode that I just recapped, talking trash about Dr. Heavenly's YouTube channel. From before, during the same time as this Instagram live footage that I'm sharing you is from. So it's kind of like a simultaneous thing. That's part of why I'm like, why should she stop when you guys are engaging and doing just as much? But she needs an intervention. But you guys can have 3 of y'all talking about her at once. And she only had Contessa on once. Dr. Simone right here, the lady with the glasses, she has more than herself on often, and they bring up Dr. Heavenly. Anyway, let's go.
Cecil was on there with he was with an emoji. Cecil he just passed by with an emoji like this, which was what Heavenly did to Quad and baby Miss Quad. Now there must have been something that happened that helped them get back that the cameras missed, because Quad gave her so quick. She forgave her so quick and easy. It scared me.
Wow. What do you think about that? You think that was a
I think
strategic?
I think Quad is scared of Heavenly. Sometimes it's better.
You hear that bullshit, y'all? This lady just said that Quad forgave Heavenly quickly because of a mistaken interpretation of an emoji, you guys. I'm gonna let you hear it one more time. It was a mistaken emoji.
Now there must have been something that happened that helped them get back that the cameras.
Seemed like it went forever.
Cecil was on there with he was with an emoji. Cecil he just passed by with an emoji like this, which was what Heavenly did to Quad and baby Miss Quad. Now there must have been something that happened that helped them get back that the cameras missed, because Quad gave her so quick. She forgave her so quick and easy.
Because that's also what grown women do, Simone. They allow other grown women to have grace over the simplicity of a misinterpreted emoji. And like Dr. Heavenly said, on her screen, it was the hand over your mouth or something like that. And on freaking Quad's screen, it came out different, or she saw it different and interpreted the meaning different. Dr. Heavenly was saying, ooh, look at you. And what she took it was that Dr. Heavenly was laughing at her and not in a good way. So yes, I agree, Baylicious 28. Simone is jealous of Heavenly, and more so of the friendship between Heavenly and Dr. Jackie. Yeah, like she doesn't get how somebody so unpretentious and real and cursey words and, thicker than Dr. Jackie can be around Dr. Jackie and have Dr. Jackie's respect and attention. Like, it's really baffling to Simone, because Simone has spent a lot of time, trying to, like, in my opinion, she's kind of like emulated Dr. Jackie in as much as, they both are always charting to the point where it affected their relationships. And they both have similar schedules and they, or whatever. So like, I don't know, like, and they used to always meet for lunch. And I don't know, like they just seemed like kind of like, as much as they were close, they also felt like they weren't as deep as the realness as a relationship with Dr. Heavenly could warrant somebody like Dr. Jackie. Because Dr. Jackie, I feel like, is a multifaceted woman who isn't as prude as she gives off all the time on the show, and not prude in a bad way, but just like she's proper and I like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like the prim, proper woman who like used to have her freaking lemonade toast stands and everything, remember, with the ladies, and try to get to the bottom of all of it with the ladies. So classy. And so for her to even have time for Dr. Heavenly to Simone doesn't get it. I don't know why Simone doesn't get it. Dr. Heavenly is fun. And they all three used to hang out, you guys. That's the other thing. They all three used to hang out. Is Lisa's husband still cheating? So in this live, somebody did ask her, where's her husband? She said he was in the other room in this live a year ago or whenever it was. Right? Quad realized she overreacted and they moved on. Exactly, because that's what grown women do. As a human, I hope that in our daily life, just as a curvy, I hope that you're on the same vibe that I am, where you like allow yourself the grace and therefore others the grace to move through this world in a place where, yeah, you can say some like kind of like stuff that might not be a PC or whatever, but your friends know your heart and they know you don't mean any real harm, and they're not going to make a full-on, you know, try to make a full-on mockery of you on TV. So anyway, there's that. Exactly, Baylicious 28. Exactly. And that was the Married to Medicine review, you guys. So that was pretty much it for tonight. I want to thank you guys for taking the time to listen to my recap on Love and Marriage. I mean, on Married to Medicine, season 9, episode 2. Oh, I have a couple more pictures. Oh no, this is the beginning. Yeah, so no. So if anybody wants to come up, I could drop the link, or we can go. I'll give you guys a minute to give me a 1 if you want to drop the link and give me your thoughts on not only what happened so far on season 9 and before in Married to Medicine, but on how do you think this intervention is going to go or should go with Dr. Heavenly on tomorrow's episode. I know that is Love and Marriage Huntsville on right now? I don't know. Is that on somewhere? Love and Marriage? No, Love and Marriage DC. I think Love and Marriage Huntsville doesn't come back out until September, from what I understand. So anyway, did I tell you guys I got a new puppy named Milo? He's so cute. I'll show you guys some pictures one day. It's on my Instagram. If you follow my Instagram on Larger Curves at Larger Curves, all one word, at Larger Curves on Instagram. You can follow me over there. I appreciate you guys for coming through tonight on Larger Curves over here in these YouTube streets. We talked about Married to Medicine. I hope you understood what I was saying. I hope I didn't come off extremely biased, even though I'm a loyal boopy. You know, am I crazy for seeing the things I see to like counteract their heavenly hate? You know, I don't think so. I think I'm just seeing things the way they are. But that's the thing with perception. It's always the way you are. There. So, okay, you guys. I hope Heavenly goes off on them, right? I hope she does, but I don't think she will, because also in the super trailer that they showed, they did show her and Dr. Jackie talking outside. So I think that maybe she does at least defend herself, but I don't think she gets the chance to like go all the way in. I think her friend Jackie is going to stop her before anything. But we also know that Dr. Heavenly is a self-proclaimed non-fighter. She's a talker, not a fighter, y'all. And there's nothing wrong with being a talker on a reality show when you're a woman of a certain age. You know, you can save those hands on people's shenanigans for, you know, people who are not perimenopausal, which was also in the episode when Dr. Heavenly mentioned that she hadn't had her period in a couple of months. So there's that. So, you know, I'm with team keep your hands to yourself. Okay. That's what team I am on. Team, keep your hands to yourself. I'm with team, oh, I got something to lose. I'm with team, who's gonna pay the bills while you in jail? I'm with team, what your kids gonna think that your mommy couldn't keep her hands to herself because somebody used words at them? Anyway, so yeah, that's what team I am. Yes, thank you, Baylicious28. Yeah, we're civilized. Be civilized, just like keep your hands to your freaking self. Yes, we are too old to be fighting. You know damn well when you get up, it's a little slower than you used to. Why are you trying to fight somebody? You can't even pivot the right way anymore. When the person lunges at you, or when you're supposed to lunge at the person after 37, your knees start feeling things. And these ladies are all over 37, y'all. So they need to be on team keep your hands to yourself. I believe so. We too old to be fighting in these. Yes. Use your words. That's what dictionaries are for. If you don't have enough words, get a dictionary. And then get a thesaurus. And then learn some synonyms, some antonyms, and some adjectives and put those mofos together and come up with something to say while you keep your hands to your motherfucking self, okay? You got too much to lose, y'all. Too much to lose. Not to mention, they're looking for reason to put people in the new fancy jail cells they got. And I want to be careful. Not everything's going to be protected. Some people are lucky they didn't get under the jail for assaulting other people on TV. I mean, that is video evidence, you guys. That is full-on video evidence, you guys, of assault, you guys. I mean, I know the popo be getting off when there's video evidence, but you know there's a certain group of people that they like to put under places for less. Anyway, I'm just saying, keep your hands to yourself. That's my PSA for this evening. I hope you enjoyed this review of Married to Medicine here on Larger Curves. I hope you smashed all the freaking buttons, you guys. I hope you smashed the bell. I hope you smashed the thumb, and I hope you smashed the subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment. Come back and see me. I interact. I love interaction. Let's see. Delicious28 says, Contessa gets on my nerves, starting all this mess for a storyline. You're getting real hand claps. That's not sound effects. Yes. For the people in the back, they put this information out there. So we are all talking about it. Exactly. Why is she pretending, feigning ignorance around the topic origin? Like, the only reason we're talking about this is because you told us, Contessa, and because Scott showed us, Contessa, in my opinion, allegedly. That's what we see with our eyeballs, that they're about to make a law, don't believe your eyeballs, y'all. Then what? When they tell us when we can't and they make a law about it, then you will wish you could. So I say use your eyeballs now. Yeah, she was acting abused. She was like, I can't, I have to go. And just left the stage all abruptly in front of 1 million people at the freaking reunion. Okay, well, not 1 million. Maybe I think the ratings came in at like 800,000 or something. But still, that's really good for a show that they don't give any marketing to, you guys. Did you notice that? This show is spectacular. It needs to be marketed better. I mean, I've heard more about Southern Charm, which I don't engage in, than I have about Married to Medicine, which I do engage in. And I love Married to Medicine. I think Bravo needs to do them a solid and do some freaking marketing for this franchise, because it is all Black excellence all the freaking time, even with the mess I just told y'all. Right? Yes, Baylicious. Yes. So we had a great night tonight here, you guys. I had a lot of people pop in. I want to thank everybody for taking their time out of their spin around the globe with me tonight here on Larger Curves. Thank you for being part of my beautiful curvy community, my curvies. Yes, my curvies. I love my curvies. Yes, IRL. So thank you again. Smash the buttons, tell a friend, share the video, leave a comment, all of that stuff. I gotta go, y'all. I love y'all. Happy Saturday. Peace.